Someone asked about weight progression earlier, and here's how to tackle it. When you're talking about the training, we're talking about skill accumulation, we're talking about better movements, and never training to fatigue, and just practicing. Laying out a three-month plan, around 3 sessions a week, where we're training to train. I.e., we're getting to the point of developing skills, strength, and recovery to build a harder program off the back of that. So this is kind of like level 0 up to like the really hard intense stuff. When you're building a pyramid, how do you build the highest pyramid? You give the biggest base. Yeah, exactly. So the wider your base is and the deeper your base is, which is what we're accumulating here, the higher the ensuing peak is. So the more time you spend building the foundations, the more solid the house is on at the end. Like you don't build the gaff off quicksand. We don't build very stable. You can fake this stuff and train really hard for a couple of months, but you'll go. Okay, so it's got to be a slow process. You're all quite young folk. You're all going to be training for another 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Okay? Don't kill yourself now, okay? Build steady and build solid. So, with that in mind, weight-wise, start at something you're really comfortable on. Something where you walk out of here, you go into your gym and you say, I know I can do this weight easily. I know I can do this without having to worry about it. I don't even have to really think about it. I can just go in and do this and know I'm doing it correct. Then, every 2 or 3 sessions, bump the weight up. So, for example, going back to our 3-week plan, if you've done session A once, twice, 3 times, this is where it gets bumped up. So the weight goes up here. Then you do another 2 sessions, and the 3rd session, which would be the following Wednesday, it goes up again. If you're training 3 days a week over a 3-month period, that's between 3 and 4 weight bumps. You want to go up about maybe 2.5 kilos per session, maybe a little bit more if you're confident. That means you go up potentially 7.5 to 10 kilos over a 3-month period, which is a pretty conservative approach right now for most of you guys. But if you're deadlifting 40 kilos today and you put 10 kilos on that, you've added 25% to your total load, which is really quite a fast increase. Probably still not going to have you in your capacity, but it's again just enough to get you moving in the right direction. If you wanted to see progress a little bit faster, let's say this then becomes a 4-day week program. So instead of training Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're now training Monday, Tuesday, it should be Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. So now your weight increases come a little bit more frequently. You've done a weight increase again in week 1. You get 2 training sessions in, and then at the end of week 2 you've added a bit more weight. So if you're training 4 times a week over a 12-week period, you're adding slightly more weight onto the total load. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Starting to lose run myself at this stage. Did I forget anything?
The mobility.
Mobility.
Wait for it.
I knew I was forgetting something. So that's the main body of the work. At the start of this I said remember these movements, do warm-ups, because that's going to be something you need to focus on. So, for each session you need a warm-up and a well, we won't worry too much about the cool down for now, but we'll just talk about the warm-up. So your warm-up, as such, we had lunge, squat hold, and Spider-Man, right? Okay, let's just remember you know what I'm trying to say, even if I don't spell it right. Yeah, dislocates, baseballs, and ITWs. Thank you. So we said you wanted to get one upper body, one lower body doing the warm-up. So can you guess where this is going to go? This becomes session 1, this becomes session 2, and this becomes session 3. And now you have 3 warm-ups. One for Monday, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. And then on Friday or Saturday, just go back to warm-up number 1 again. All in all, you're basically not going to stop moving for 45 minutes. You're going to be moving pretty consistently, pretty solidly the entire way through. So you get a really good strength workout, and you also get a little bit of cardio on as well. For me, strength has to be the master quality. Okay, kind of what everything else flows out. The stronger you are, the easier everything else becomes. It is better for bone health, especially for women with the osteoporosis risk. You build stronger, more stable bones. It can lead to increased VO2 maxes. It builds joint and connective tissue, so it protects your knees, shoulders, elbows, and hips. If you fall over, what are you doing? Probably having a drink or two too many. Assume you fall over. When you land, you're trying to absorb force. Okay, that's all it is. You've got to have the strength to do that. You've got to have strong joints and strong bones. If you fall and break something, okay, right now it's pretty shitty, but imagine when you're 60, 70, 80 years old and fall and break something, and there's no one around to get you help. Okay, do you know what that's called? Death. Okay. All joking aside, like, the single most important thing you can do to protect yourself against future injury and prolong your quality of life is to build strength. Because that's what breaks down for people. It's not necessarily mental awareness until the later years. It's not even cardiovascular health. It's just an inability to do something like get off the chair, to stand up tall and maintain good basic postures. So, and everyone corrects as I say that. So really, honestly, please just focus on getting stronger for now. If you want to get fitter in the traditional sense by running, by cycling, by rowing, all of that stuff is cool, but the priority of making strength and everything else gets easier, okay? If you wanted to fit something like running or cardio, like high intensity interval training or something in around this, just do it at the end of the session. Do it for